week I was married to a multicolor. What was that? Now I'm married to a blonde with highlights. Hey! Mama had a new hairdo. Anyway, Natalie does all her hair herself. Just so that you guys know, the one time you went to Franco was when I bought her a gift. Anyway, long story short, what is today's video about? So, today's video, I thought we should ask questions about risk. What risks have you taken? Because risks is a thing that we all struggle with in life. We're all nervous to jump. We're all like, you know. So I thought, okay, let's talk about risks that you've taken in the past that have worked out. Risks that didn't work out. Risks you're taking now. And then I, as a special surprise ending, I'm going to tell you where I see you in 5 years. And you must tell me where you see me in 5 years. Deal? Hey, you want to start or must I start?
Note to all that I don't know anything about what his ideas are, so
I just put the camera on and here we go for the liquor things. Anyway, okay. So, risks you've taken in the past that have worked out.
So I'm not a risk taker. Maybe that's why I haven't actually had my own business or done something spectacular. I'm just scared to do it. And I think I've also never been financially stable to do something like that, to just let things go. I don't know. I think
sometimes risks don't have to be financial.
No. Risks
can also be something you did that changed the way you think or live.
I could say one big thing for me was actually, was it this year or last year? I can't even remember, but it was a couple of months ago. I finally stood up to people.
You finally stood up to people?
No, not in that sense.
You stand up to me all the time?
No, not in that sense. Just, you're so scared because of the position that you're in, and you're so scared that if you stand up to that person, you're going to lose something that you can't afford to lose.
Yeah. Sounds like a typical day job scenario.
Yeah, I'm specifically talking about. So I kind of, something happened and I stood up for myself and what I believed in, and it definitely opened my eyes. Not to say that I should be that way every day. Yeah. But sometimes in life, you gotta let people know where you stand with them, and you gotta let people know that they can't just walk all over you. So, yeah, I don't know.
And how did it change you? Did it make you feel better about yourself? Did it change anything at work?
It made me feel a whole lot better. I definitely have a lot more respect moving forward. But it kind of, yeah, you kind of let people walk all over you all the time because you don't say anything.
Fear. It's all fear. It's how the world is constructed. It's when I was in a day job for years, I held my tongue because I didn't want to get, especially in the early years, I held my tongue because I always felt scared, like people can fire me on the spot. It's always this fear you have.
And that's what you're scared of, because you think of, oh my God, what if I get fired today? What am I going to do?
Because people that have no money, that come from the backgrounds me and you have come from, or middle class, there's not a lot of money. You're so grateful for the job that you free it a lot of nonsense. And the reality of that is that you realize it's a bully mentality. Bullies will keep on rolling over you at work. People will, push and push until you snap or you say something stupid. Yeah. Whereas you have to manage. I felt that you always need to manage that sort of interaction with people so that it doesn't get to a place where it has to get ugly. You know what I mean? It's day to day just to know your line. Sometimes it catches you off guard. Someone says or does something that you didn't expect in the moment. Then you drive home and you go, yes, that was ridiculous.
Yeah, so that happens to me quite often, and I tend to, that's exactly what it is. I tend to find myself in my own feelings when I'm driving home because I'm alone. Yeah. And then I kick myself because I'm just like, why would that person be that way? Why would they treat me that way? Is it what I give out, or is that person just a horrible, horrible person?
Listen, let me tell you something. That in my opinion and my years in corporate and in my own business now, I've learned something simple. Is that people will try their luck and bully you. and being nice doesn't make them nicer to you. Because that's the thing we tend to do.
Oh, that's what I've learned.
No, you don't.
Oh, that is exactly what I've learned.
Yeah.
You know, I've been nice.
Then they're not
for
nice
a long
tomorrow.
Time. No. I've been nice for long. And now that I'm actually like pushing back just a little bit, it's like I'm slowly getting that respect. And it's, you know, you kind of think like, why did it have to get to that point?
Yeah,
why does the world...
That is how the world is.
Like
the world is full of
bullies. Why do you have to be that way to get that back?
The world is full of bullies and people take advantage, and sometimes they're not mean people and they just the nature take advantage. They don't even know you're uncomfortable with it. That also happens. So in my time I've learned that you push back. That doesn't mean you have to be rude. You set the boundaries and then people respect you a little bit more. Yesterday someone called me, and it's a person I've worked with for years and I absolutely like this person. But he offered me some ridiculously low fee to do something, a show that was like a big show, a big thing that was going to be streamed. And I said, no. And I didn't have to fight with him. I just said, no, man, that's not for me. And right after that, I got a phone call back going, okay, here's a different offer. And I said no to that as well because it wasn't good enough either. But the reality is that now he knows I'm not just going to say yes to everything.
Yeah.
And we can have a relationship going forward. He can call me now again. It's not ugly.
Yeah.
He just now knows he can't take his chances because people take chances all the time.
I feel like the one thing that I can sort of take out of this is you need to know your worth.
You need to know your worth.
You need to know your worth, and you don't let people take advantage of who you are and your achievements and what you've sacrificed to be in the situation that you are in. Know your worth. Don't let people stomp on you.
It is extremely difficult though, and especially when you start out working, and especially when you come from the backgrounds we've come from, because many of us, our parents, don't have money and so we don't have the comfort of going, we feel like we have to keep this job no matter what, because if you fail here, you disappoint the whole family and you're gonna for the first couple of years in Joburg, I thought I make one mistake at work, they'll fire me the next day and I'll fall back to my parents' house in Hankie. And that's not how it works. There are labor laws. They can't just fire you for things. And you shouldn't be in business with people that would do that to you anyway. But anyway, we're veering way off the topic.
Yeah.
So, risks that I've taken. Oh man. Isn't there more risks you want to talk about?
Not that I...
Nothing? Okay, risks of the past. I've taken many risks. My family wasn't very happy. Not unhappy. My father was good with it. My mother was sort of good with it. She didn't want to lose her son. But my parents weren't. My general family, the people I was close with, was very nervous when I moved to Johannesburg. And it was the best thing I've done. It was scary, but the best thing I've done. I moved away from Port Elizabeth. I was the only one in Joburg when I got here. Now all of them live here. But at the time, and that paid off in a major way. I built a career, I built a comedy career, I got a wife here. That's like a risk that really took shape. The first couple of months, I was eating oats every night, and I was, I remember my special occasion. My special occasion would be on payday. I'd buy myself a rotisserie chicken at Pick and Pay. Yellow nut. Anyway, I don't know why food is always my reward. Anyway. Other things that have worked out for me is leaving a established job and a career. I was a marketing manager for the Middle East and Africa when I left my marketing career. I just literally asked Natalie to get married to me. The week after that, I left my day job to become a full-time stand-up comedian. And I think that was one of the scariest things I've ever done. Because that Monday comes in and everyone goes to work and you're sitting at home and you're going, what did I do?
Well, we moved in together and the week after.
I said, sharp. And to your credit, you didn't freak out.
No, I didn't, because I could see like you are a risk taker.
Yeah.
And you push so hard. People do not, and I think this is why I get so upset when things happen. People don't realize how hard you push. And because of that, I could see you will never let this fail.
Well, listen, also sometimes...
Or you wouldn't allow it to fail because you would push so hard.
You try your best for it not to fail, but it could fail. Sometimes things are just out of your control.
I understand that.
But that was a risk I took, and I'm very happy about it.
But it's because you make so much effort. Like, I know that's the consolation prize.
Yeah, it was a big move, because we're also just planning this big wedding, and then I'm leaving, and I'm leaving my parents went, you must just watch your medical aid, and then I left my medical aid. Anyway, but you can pay for your own medical aid. It's okay. We've got medical aid now.
There is a thing like that you can pay for it yourself.
So that was a huge risk that sort of over time, I wasn't sure of myself. I was panic stricken all the time. There was this feeling of like fear all the time. For the first 2 years of being on my own, every month I was worried, am I going to make enough money next month? Am I going to make enough? Even if I've made more than enough money, I'd still panic about the next month. And that is something that you get to know. That's why in lockdown, people with their own businesses are sort of emotionally more stable now, because they're so used to that, a certain level of insecurity. But it happens. That was a risk I took that was amazing and worked out really, really well. A third risk I took that worked out really well was I put in all my own money to do my one-man show. Remember that? I paid the theatre.
And we just had a baby.
And just bought a house.
We literally just had a baby, and we just bought a house. I think it was 3 months after we just moved into a new house and we just had a baby that this one decides that he needs to do a one-man show.
I get a phone call. I will never forget it. It's a very good friend of mine that's a producer. 2 good friends of mine, and they go, listen, Mnet, I'm going to say the name because you can see my show on DSTV, but Mnet is offering you a deal for 2 shows, Afrikaans and English. We want to shoot it with you, and because I know them so well, they were like, okay, now we'll pay for it, and then you just shoot it, so it takes the financial burden off. Natalie just had a kid.
Yeah.
Just had a kid. So Ethan is just born. Natalie like baie fantasties no high-tech mamas. Self gou reg geruk. Anyway, and I go on the phone. Instinctively, there are these moments in your life where you go, if you don't say no, yes now, you let this fear run your life. You know, and I didn't want that to happen. I remember I was at a corporate gig. I think it was Nelspruit for the day. And then I called you and I said, listen, these guys are offering me a 2 one-man show deal. But now I need to do the one-man show, pay the theatre. Theatre is expensive. You pay the ticket holder, whether it's, you know, those ticketing brand companies, CompuTicket, Quicket, whatever. You pay for marketing. You pay for making a poster. You pay for all those things. I think it was 1,000 Rand. I'm going to just say it because that's what it was. So I put the money down before the show happened, before I got money out of it, before the deal, because they need to see the material, then approve the material, and then you only get paid like, it's a year later. Well, in my instance, it was a year later. So it was a hell of a risk. But the reason I wanted to pay for it myself was because I want to own my own art. Remember that conversation? So that no one tells me, we sold your thing and you didn't have any power. So I licensed my own art out. I was watching too many Jay-Z documentaries. So licensing my own art out. But it cost me a lot of money. And it took a lot. I was very stressed. It didn't look like it. But then eventually I made a sponsorship deal. I had partners that sponsored. I made a sponsorship deal. The tickets all sold out. It all worked out in the end. But the road there was rocky and nerve-wracking. And almost made me lose like some assets. I was very close because just the beginning, and then it piles up because you only get your money back later. You're paying other people over and above. It becomes expensive. And anyway, so that was a risk that also worked out because today I own my art, I own my masters. I'm the executive producer on both of my shows. I learned a lot because you can only learn that stuff if you put your skin in the game. So I learned a lot. I toured that show on my own dime with people I partnered up with. And so it was crazy. And my agent was great and sort of supporting me, but it was all my money. Remember that? Fuck. Anyway, that worked out really well. there's of course things that also don't work out, but I don't remember those.
Yeah, well,
I don't remember those. I
it's
move
insignificant.
on. I remember
you move on and you try to be better than what it was.
Yeah, I remember taking like in that time with the one-man show stuff, that there was things that went wrong. There were months in when I was a stand-up comedian where I made no money. I was living on like savings and fumes.
Like now.
Well. I'm just gonna say that.
Okay, last month.
Papa make a plan. Papa make a plan. But yeah, so those are the risks I've taken, and the ones that stick out to me, and that live with me every day, and that have given me a world and shown me a life that I could never have had if I just stayed in my lane and listen to my parents or my family, because they love you. They're not going to tell you to jump and leave your day job. They're not in the business of making their children, putting their children at risk. So you can't expect your mother, your father, your cousin, your brother to go, yes, go and leave your day job and just take the world on. And because they're nervous that it's going to fail. But yeah. And okay, so this video is long now. The risks you're taking today. That's like,
I don't know. I
think the shop.
Yeah,
the online shop.
I opened the online shop, but at the same time, it wasn't really a risk. I'm not really losing anything. It was just, it's taking up a lot of time and effort to make it successful. I'm not losing anything, so that's a good thing.
There's a risk in putting yourself out there.
Yeah, but that's what I want to say now. So I'm a very private person. I'm not someone who wants my life out there. But as you can see, my husband has my life everywhere. So I think the risk for me was putting myself out there, people seeing what I'm doing, and having that judgment from everybody, because that's what I know, that's what I've lived through. Everybody just judging you and you thinking about what other people think or whatever. And I think just letting that go, just for once in my life, just letting that go and doing what I passionately love doing without thinking about what anybody else thinks of me. And you know what, there's going to be haters out there. There's going to be people who think, you know what, she's doing something silly, or it's not going to work, or whatever.
Oh no,
but you know what?
It's
it's everyone else who is happy for me and who supports me. That's what is making me want to go on. So yeah, I think that emotionally and just putting myself out there was a huge thing for me.
Daily, it's a huge thing because it's taxing emotionally. So these videos go out, but it's our life. And someone easily makes a comment on it, but it hurts you sometimes. And especially if
it certainly does.
And things fail, and now they fail publicly.
Yeah.
So that's the painful
part.
And
and I know that this might sound horrid, but like, even with your everyday videos and stuff, whatever, with the way that I look, so I was so conscious of like, oh no, my hair must be right, and I must have makeup on, and oh my god, my pigmentation, my face, and when I look terrible. And you know what? There was just a point at the beginning of lockdown where he was making so many videos. There was a point where I was just like, you know what? If people are going to be that way and judge me for who I actually am, then you know what? So be it. But this is my life. This is my life. My husband sees me like this every day, and if you want to judge me, I can't let that get to me though.
It's weird that we care so much about the people that don't love us.
That's
but the people that do love us,
we
don't go. If your mother walked in the door here now, you don't go here.
No, my dear.
And that is actually the people that make the difference.
I stay on the couch and I look terrible.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I see that with women a lot, where they're not comfortable. Yeah, like. It's a different person.
They're not comfortable in the way they actually look. Yeah. So when they walk out the door, they are like completely.
There's a burden for women. I noticed that because me, I've gone to Natalie's turned me from the door many times with morning slippers going to the shop. Anyway, so for me, risks that I'm taking now is, remember a year ago, I bought some 40 or 50,000 rand worth of gear over time to shoot videos, to make YouTube clips, all these things that I didn't make. I had a plan in my head, but I didn't make a cent on until now. And only started.
Are you crying?
You know, I'm not crying. At least for some. Anyway, so it's only starting to show a little bit of income now and not even income in the traditional sense, but it's only showing rewards now because people are only watching now. I've been doing this for a year. Tomorrow is June the 1st. My first vlog was in June last year. It's 12 months. The first 9 months I had 600 subscribers. Today I've got 6,000 subscribers. On YouTube. On Facebook, it's been insane. And it is also all this gear that I bought and invested time and learning, all this editing and good risks. I put money down and I put myself out there and it's only working now because comedians will judge you. Other people in your industry will go, what are you doing, bro? And then now when it's sort of starting to show shape, people go, I always told you.
Yeah.
you should have done. I'm like, bro, you weren't there when I had to buy a 10,000 rand camera.
Yeah.
So
it's a lot in the beginning because it's so much money that you put out and you're like, shit, I can't afford this. But then
it's a story of my life.
Yeah, you have to take that risk to actually see the rewards later on.
The amount of trust I have to put into my thinking is scary. And also when it works out as much, it's important for me to bounce it off my brother, bounce it off my father, bounce it off Natalie, bounce it off other people so that I keep myself sane. Because if I start trusting myself so much that things are just working out, one day I'm going to flop big time and then I lose a lot. So that's why I keep talking to Natalie. Always doesn't understand why I call my dad almost twice a day. It's because I need someone else on the other side to go, are you fucking mad?
Yeah, it's good to have that other side because you have your own way of thinking, and it's good to always hear other people's opinions, especially like your brother. I feel like your brother.
Yeah.
Your brother. What is the word that I'm looking for? Your brother helps you a lot in that sense.
Yeah.
And I quite like his advice that he gives you because it's from a completely different side, but it makes so much sense as well. Not that you don't make sense, but it's nice to see different sides of the story.
Yeah, because
your brother contributes a lot.
Yeah, but he sense checks a lot of what I'm saying.
Yeah,
because I can go off on a tangent.
Yeah,
and there's also moments where I have to go ignore everyone.
Yeah.
There are moments where I ignore everyone.
Yeah, there's like times where he would ask me something or whatever, and then I say, but I don't think that, and then he'll just go on and do his own thing. And then I'd look at him and think like, why did
that is part of the thing. So even my sister has a very good sense for these things because I'll call her and she will say Alf this, Alf that. And she's a little bit more conservative and caring, but she's got a very practical worldview that is valuable, which I like. And she's not scared of telling me I'm nuts, which is the most important thing.
But I think that's what comes with being a brother or sister, because I'm exactly the same with my sister. My sister always says, I'll only really accept an answer like that from you. But if anybody else should tell her something like that, she'd be like, no.
That's why you need to surround yourself with family and friends that you really, really trust. Beware of those.
And who supports you.
Absolutely.
Who supports you when you do well, not judge you when you do well. And who's there for you when you fall down and wants to pick you up. Not laugh at you when you're on the floor, dying.
Yeah. Beware of those who do not clap when you are winning. In your family, in your house, in your friend circle. You don't need those people. Anyway, last one. I am going to say where I see you in 5 years, and you must say where you see me in 5 years. Who do you want to start, or must I start?
Well, I think that in 5 years is a long time.
Yes,
and you do so much in 1 year, so it's really hard to say. But I do think that I feel like you'll definitely have your own agency, doing your own thing. And not having to sort of rely on people with your Your work?
Just so that my agent, who is my very close friend and is also Natalie's agent, knows I'm not leaving behind. I'm just...
No, man. 5 years is a long time.
Yeah.
And
also I think more of an agency in the sense that I'm producing my own
stuff.
I
don't mean like an agency like our agent. Don't get me wrong. I mean in a sense of like just what you said now. You finding your own work, as in like with TV and all of those. You know what I mean.
Making, because I think Natalie is saying is informed by the fact that I've been involved for the first time in producing other TV shows, writing other TV shows.
Yeah.
Just landed that gig where I'm going to be. I landed a gig where I'm hosting a game show which will be coming soon. So yeah, thank you for that. And what else?
And do you want more?
If that's it.
I think that you always tell me like you are. A thought came to mind earlier this morning actually. I was thinking about like when you started off, not when you started off, but when you started, and you were always like, you were opening up for this one and you're opening up for that one, being a comedian, and then eventually you had your own show. And
you're gonna make me cry.
And you're starting to sort of have your own brand. You are your own person now, and I think that also with like these TV shows, whatever, you are going to have your own show one day. You're not going to be a host. You're not going to be on the sidelines, whatever, because TV is ideally also one of the big things that you really, really want. So I think you're going to have one day your own thing, your own TV show, your own production, your own, that you can actually call your own. Because I see where you started and where you are now in comedy, and I think the same will be for TV.
Thanks, babe. Those are lofty dreams for me. Thank you. Because it's so much, but you eat the elephant one bite at a time. But thanks for that. So now, my view for you is very clear.
Okay. Thanks.
After the second child,
just so by the
going
way,
to the third.
Just so by the way, when Alfred, something I wanted to share. When Alfred and I walked into the jewelry shop in Sandton to go and pick out my engagement ring, he said to me, if I buy this engagement ring, I want 6 kids.
It was 4.
That ain't gonna happen.
4.
Sorry.
I don't even know if we're gonna have 2 ever, but it's become like we decided to have 1, but we don't know.
Yeah,
we never know.
We did do something.
Anyway, but after your second child, I see you being a businesswoman of your own, running your own business, whether that is in clothing or something that you are really passionate about that you don't feel like you're working. I see you here now. After you do your day job, then you do these extra things to try and make us make ends meet with the clothing and stuff. And I'm so impressed with how she's put that whole web thing together and how the pictures came out and the forethought of getting a mannequin and, and the fact that like you're selling clothing that you're not going to be using anymore. Some of that stuff was new, so you struggle to sell it. A lot of that clothes was new. So I think that, but when I see how happy you are, and that I can see that's the thing I have with comedy. It's not work. It just makes you money.
That's the biggest
as an
difference
extra. So
for me. Yeah.
You will work until 4 in the morning on that because it's not a job. You are having a great time, and that is starting. That showed a little bit of income now, which I think that will hopefully spur the fire, so that for bigger things. Because she's already I'm going to say it here. Natalie is already speaking to suppliers to bring out her own line of things. So. Maybe something soon. That, I think you'll be running a business. I also think that I'm going to have the benefit of a lot more of your time. I think that you'll be able to help me a lot in my own endeavors.
I haven't done this on my own, by the way. Like, Alfred's helped me so much with doing this.
No, take the credit. You did all this. This was a self-start situation. I just like help with a little bit of art and putting it out there. But I see you also helping me out a lot in my business, because over this period of time, she's very good in invoicing for things and watching my administration. So I see a lot of value there. So I see you having your own business, being completely independent and of me, and having a business that works, having your own assistant to help you oversee your business and our life together. And that is what I see for you. And I also see a trip to Spain for you. We're going to Spain, me and you, and we're leaving Ethan with his many grandparents, because Natalie's always wanted to go to Spain, and we've never been able to afford to go to Spain. And I don't think we're going to be going to Spain anytime soon, even if lockdown ends. But yeah, that's what I see for you. Independent business person, doing things that you never thought were possible. And most importantly, I see financial stability and a pension plan. Fantastic.
Well, thank you, babe.
Okay, so that was today's long video.
Yeah.
Let's hope it recorded everything. Wait, because I'm recording this all on a phone. For all of you creators out there, my batteries went all flat. I need to buy another set of batteries for my main camera. So this is on my phone. You can do anything you want with the gear you've got. We have Business of the Week. Before I forget, Business of the Week is, let me go here and see. Business of the Week. So last week's Business of the Week sent me free donuts or free kusses, because he said that his orders doubled or tripled, which is amazing. So I'm happy that could help. Thank you for the free kusses. And here we go. Okay, let's go. Right, here we go. Here's it. It's from Carmen Adams. She's got a business called Lash It by Carmen. I am a qualified eyelash technician in Cape Town, northern suburbs. I do classic, hybrid and volume lashes. My contact details are 071 538 7268. That is 071 538 7268. People can check me out on Facebook and on Instagram. She has pages on Facebook and Instagram, and her name is Carmen Adams, eyelash technician from Cape Town, northern suburbs. Now, where's the northern suburbs?
Carmen, why are you not in Joburg? I need a lash technician like
that.
Now.
I don't know. Natalie always goes, "Oh, look how beautiful Ethan's lashes are, so long and luscious." I'm like, yeah, because he does plukkie aan hulle heel dag. Anyway, so there we go, Carmen. I hope this helps. If you guys are in...
I'm going to come and see you, Carmen, when I'm in Cape Town.
Yeah, if you want to, you must feel better about yourself. I say to Natalie, through all of this change and fear and uncertainty, the most important thing that we've done is two things. One, we haven't been posing. We are willing to sell things if we have to. And number two is keep the energy in the house as positive as possible so that we can function and be mentally okay. Anyway, thank you. See you in the volgende video.